Fred here. Welcome back to the Gun Geek channel. In this episode, I wanted to talk to you about some flashlights. And I'm really excited about these because these are probably some of the brightest and best made flashlights I came across for the money. So what I have here are two Coleman flashlights. These are from the Coleman MAX series. What sets these apart is that these have the Cree X lamp capable of 115 lumens. So these are extremely bright, but while being so bright, they have an outstanding price. There are a lot of flashlights out there with this particular bulb or this amount of brightness, but they tend to be upwards of $60 and above. And these are much lower. This larger one that you see here is $29, and the smaller one is about $25, and those are prices from what I paid for at Walmart for these two flashlights. So again, what sets these apart from others is the price per the amount of lumens that you're getting. Now with the larger one, not only do you have the white, and I'm going to go ahead and use this white piece of paper because not only do you have that bright white, but you also have a red conventional LED and a blue LED. Then you have that Cree X lamp white with 115 lumen. The other nice thing about this larger one is the batteries. A lot of these high power flashlights require the more specialized batteries, the ones that cost a lot more. But this uses conventional AAA batteries, and it has 3 of them. So you can just use conventional batteries. Lasts about 6 hours on that bright white lamp. Really amazing. Just absolutely amazing. And these are really well made aluminum, waterproof. This is aircraft aluminum actually, according to the website, and it's water resistant. So really nice. Now the smaller one is also aluminum, waterproof, same bright light. However, it does not use conventional batteries. Conventional AAA. It uses the CR2 photo lithium batteries, so those are a little more expensive, and it only lasts for about 2 hours of light per set of batteries. But your trade-off is you have a much smaller flashlight, and I'll tell you why I got this, and I didn't just go with the larger one. For me, I don't put flashlights on my gun. And I know it's a big debate. I personally don't want to illuminate something I am not willing to destroy. Therefore, I don't want to shine my flashlight with my gun pointing at, like a family member or someone. Just so you know, this has been safety checked. And I have the slide back also. Now, I'll show you some of the techniques that I learned while I was at the Auxiliary Security Force. Again, I am not an instructor. I'm just showing you some of the ways that I do things and what I've been taught. And I'm going to show you how I utilize these particular flashlights for moving around in dark spaces. I have here my Glock 22, still safety check, still clear. Safe direction. Now the first flashlight that I purchased was the larger one. I don't think the smaller one was out yet. I like the idea of AAA batteries. And it worked out okay. I can do the FBI or CIA carry, whatever you want to call it. I could move around, keep them together with no problem. I also have the ability to keep it separated and illuminate. This way, if I'm getting fire back at me, I could keep the light out here, and you know, it's the instinct of someone to fire back at the light. So instead of having it here where a person would be firing back at this target, you could have it out here. Not something you really need to be concerned about for home and civilian, but if you're in the military or security force, that's something that they taught. But there's a problem with this whole deal, and that is when you come up to a door. Here's the door. Both hands are full. Both hands. So how do I, I'm going to have to, or if I have to do something, I have this in my hand. So it's a problem. So, and the other way that you can hold the flashlight is sort of here, but this thing is really thick, this particular flashlight. So I found this smaller one, which usually fits right here. I can still keep 2 fingers wrapped around really good. Just pop that in there and it will follow very well. Just to show you, I'm going to go ahead and have it on, and I can move around very easily, and that light's right where I'm pointing. Just to show you what that looks like. And I still have this hand free. Now what's good about this setup is I can keep this down, not pointing at anybody, and then use this flashlight to scan. If I come up to something, I can go ahead and put this one down or do whatever I need to do. It's better to have 2 flashlights. The other important thing is if you have another family member, the lights are out and you have an intruder, you have the extra flashlight, you could give that person the flashlight. Now if you have a flashlight mounted on your gun, just be aware that you're pointing that gun wherever you're illuminating, and I'm not going to say that's not fine. Some of the best instructors out there have flashlights on their guns and do a lot of training with it. Who am I to argue with professionals? I would basically recommend that you have a second flashlight and use that to sort of walk around, and if you're in a house with family members and kids and everything, I would feel very bad about pointing a gun to them. So have the second flashlight maybe to sort of look around, try to find the intruder or whatever else went bump in the night, and you could still have that other flashlight on your handgun, and you could just drop the other one if you get into a confrontation and have to use your firearm if you trained with the one on your weapon. But I think 2 is better than 1, and of course 1 is better than none. And however don't change the way you do things just because you saw this video. This is just me, okay? And it's me being very happy with 2 of these flashlights that I found. Unbelievable price, 115 lumens. I'd say the only shortcoming of these is the limited battery life. The small one being 2 hours and the larger one being 6 hours. So I think that some of the more expensive ones out there might last a little bit longer. But with that said, the large one just uses AAA batteries, and you can find rechargeable AAA batteries. Probably you won't get as much light out of it per charge as you would a fresh set of alkalines. But still, very cheap compared to the smaller CR2s or the ones you find in some of those other much more expensive brands. So, just wanted to bring these to you. I was kind of excited about them. I'm a geek, so I get excited over electronics and stuff like this. I've gotten an enormous amount of subscribers in the past couple of weeks, and I really appreciate it. And I was like responding to every single subscriber and trying to comment on every comment, and work started getting really busy. Stuff around the house started getting really busy. So I'm not ignoring anybody, and if somebody does ask a question, I do try to get to the questions, but don't stop commenting. I really appreciate it. It makes me keep on doing what I'm doing.